Sword Buddies! I'm Troy.
I'm Justin.
And this is Sword Buddies. Hold on, let me fix this.
Yep.
I definitely did over that. How was class tonight?
Class was pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't fence left-handed tonight
Mm-hmm.
because I jammed my hand on Monday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was fencing left-handed because I'm practicing ambidextry.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in for an attack as a dude ran on me to counterattack, and somehow my hand came out of my grip and like punched into my bell like that.
Can you show the camera so they can see that?
Like
how it got between your pinky and your ring finger?
I usually the anatomy has these holes underneath the bell that I put my index finger on to help control where my point goes. When he lunged towards me, as I thrust towards him, somehow my hand like punched the bell, bounced, and I ended up with my back two fingers on the inside, my top two fingers on the outside, and I felt my wrist bend like that.
And just jammed it up.
Yeah, it jammed it up pretty bad. I did win the bout.
Homeboy's a sport fencer, though. Or he was a sport fencer, right?
He was, for many years. Like, he's an older guy, but with this style, it's really surprising how it does not matter what your age, what your fitness level is. If you follow the technique and can identify another opponent's tempo, you can absolutely destroy them.
But is your wrist okay?
Yeah, my wrist is fine. I have the regular use of it. I'm just taking it easy for the next 2 weeks.
No bruising?
On my knuckle only, but that's already started to fade.
That's good.
No pain. I ice it and I keep it wrapped.
Anything particularly worked on tonight?
Tonight, we've been doing a lot of offensive actions. We've been doing a lot of defensive actions, which is countering the tempo.
Mm-hmm.
So as the opponent's making a motion, depending on what they do, you respond to it real quick. And we did engagements and pressing.
Mm-hmm.
We did pressing the line and how to counterattack it. And so that was really fun. You wait for them to gain your blade, and then you press on it. If they press back, you just dip under and feint.
Yeah.
And feint. If they do nothing, just go.
Mm-hmm.
If they respond to the feint, then you just drop the point, keep your wrist where it is, and extend forward. You will block their blade and stab them in the stomach.
Funky.
Yeah.
That's gotta be cool.
Yeah. And then in the bout, you remember that trick Adam had us do in the Hamlet Laertes where you thrust in supination up to the 4 and then you just rotate the wrist to cut to the 2?
Oh, yeah.
I pulled that on someone and killed them with it.
That's a fun one.
I like feinted up high, and as they went, I just...
It's one of my favorite moves.
All in the wrist.
Just,
whoop,
Yep. Gravity is amazing. Gravity is one of the best things you can use.
It's so great. Tell me about your practice.
I actually was really happy about today's practice.
That's good.
Because it's one of those rare ones that we didn't have to really work. We didn't do any physical waza today. Because this little Jotaro pin that Kelly got me came loose the other day and fell on the ground, and it stabbed the bottom of my ankle. So I have like a hole.
What?
Yeah. It like went up into
Troy.
my foot. So it doesn't hurt to step on. That's the thing it's not at a point on my heel that I step on it constantly. If I roll forward on my heel, it's pain. But
I'm so sorry.
no, it's fine. But it was I'm kind of glad I didn't have to be on it too much today. But today we really just kind of had it was just Sensei, myself, and another top student of the class. So we could have had some more advanced paired practice or just regular advanced practice, but we were just talking about just different things in relation to how to go about training our sensei from Japan, Tanita Sensei, who's responsible for the U.S. division of the school.
Awesome.
And they have he has these He only comes once a year to adjudicate our tests. And he brings these pictures with diagrams. He was an IT dude. So he is a really, really technically minded guy.
Okay.
So he explains things technically. So he shows diagrams of like and angles of how you should be. And
So it's like a plate with detail.
yes. And
nice.
for the past couple of years, it's always been whenever he brings them, he puts them up, and then he takes them back and he leaves. So now we have these, and she's going through and she's translating them for her own study. And it's very fascinating stuff. It's cool stuff. Because it explains how to go about practicing, or how to go about what you need ready. We need like we were just discussing. When does it start? When does EI start?
Like the practice or the art of it?
Both. And I've always had this answer. It starts when you wake up. Because there should be no difference between you normally and you practicing. Ideally, you should be ready to go at all times. You should be engaged, and you should be aware of your surroundings and the people that are going to be around it. People are going to be around it. That didn't make any sense.
Of your surroundings.
The people in it.
And the people that will inhabit that environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But, I just wanted to catch myself, because I did, that sounded funky. But it's, the first thing was your clothing. You need your clothing. You need to make sure you're wearing your clothing right. The next thing, you need to make sure you have your belt right. That's what you're putting in your sword. And that's the next step, is putting your sword in right. And making sure that's correct. And the next step, it's just and like the first 6 steps, none of them were involved in any offensive action towards fighting someone. But they're all necessary steps to make sure that you're aware of, and you're thinking of, and you're taking into account. Because in the middle of a waza, if your belt's too loose, that's going to change where it goes and where your hand's going to lay. And how, if it's too far forward, he could grab your handle before you do. Or it could be too far back, and you have to pull back here, and that, it throws everything off. And, we make adjustments for that, but it's being aware of that in the moment that, it's going to put you alive. It's going to put you on top.
How to assess your current situation and proprioception.
Yeah, it's a lot of micromanaging of proprioception.
How you currently exist in the space and how you need to exist in the space for success.
Because
at all times.
Because... Well, especially with the advanced forms that I'm learning, is that they're just very specific situations. And they can be used in other contexts, but learning them and getting my head in those placements is very interesting. It's very difficult. But tonight's class was just talking. It was nice. We gotta just catch up. We gotta talk about other dojos that are doing well. Some places still aren't allowing. They're not up because they don't have a public space to go to. Parks aren't open, or like the YMCA they used isn't open.
Dude, the school, the like sport fencing school that we rent the space from, is like starting up like half-size classes. But like it's still like 20-something kids.
One of the schools in the school in Denton, the biggest school of my school in the U.S. They have slots for classes.
See, that's
you got to sign out. You get to have 2 classes a week. You get to come on these days or these days.
And I think that's kind of what they're doing, but like on the lanes, the fencing lanes, like you're only required to wear a mask in their lobby. and you're not allowed to be in their lobby unless you're like one of the fencers resting.
Mhm.
The parents can't wait in there. You can't sit in there in between, like while you wait for class. And so like I've started going into the building later.
Mhm.
Usually I would walk in at 7 and I would start warming up, so I get like 20 minutes for the space to myself. Tim shows up around then, sets up the space, we start talking, and then 25 minutes later we'll start class.
Mhm.
But parking's been really easy. But it's a little like people are starting to get more lax, and I'm like catching myself. I don't take off my fencing mask anymore with my actual mask on, and I'm still like trying to. Anytime someone gets too close,
Yeah.
because some of the guys don't think about it after the bout. They just take off the mask because it's too hot, and they take off the mask.
They're breathing heavy.
And they're coming up to talk to you because you can't hear through that. Like, I take risks where I, like, turn my head away and, like, stick my ear at them. But... it's tough out there.
I'm so out of practice on hand-to-hand combat.
Right?
And I know we should practice.
But
I want, like, other people to practice with as well, but I want... Oh, man, I can't go to, like, a trial like a jiu-jitsu place. I've been wanting to go to a jiu-jitsu trial place for so long. I've been wanting to go to like a Krav trial place for so long. I've been wanting to try any kind of trial place.
just any kind of unarmed, real martial art that I can bring into my stage influence.
I don't know why I didn't like going to that Arnis class.
It was too easy for you. It wasn't structured enough.
I don't think that it was. I don't think that it was easy because it definitely was challenging. And I enjoyed the teacher. I enjoyed the people. I think it was mainly me trying to juggle too many things. Because I think that's where I'm really coming up with the thing. Like, I just need to practice one at a time. Because I was trying to do it and Iaido at the same time. Doing it on... I was doing our niece Mondays and Saturdays. And then Iaido Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays. So that's 5 days of practice a week. And what?
You're not gonna like me for this.
What?
How many weapon styles are we certified in?
Technically me, 2.
Yeah, technically.
Right now,
how many
2.
How many weapon styles is our goal to be certified in?
7 with the SAFD.
You have a longsword. That's it. I have a rapier. That's it.
Well...
It is an influence to bring in.
Stop it.
You put that away.
You just buzzing in.
That's fair.
Yes.
Yes. And I know, because we don't work those enough, admittedly.
No. Well, we also don't... I don't mean like I don't have...
all the weapons.
Yeah.
But we have some.
We have some.
We have enough to do what we need to do.
This is true. This is true. It's just making the time for it. But it's also the same thing about having other class.
Yeah.
I could have made the time to go to Arnie's. I really could have. And it was only $50 a month.
Easy.
Easy.
For like 3 classes a week?
I would have been going to 2 because their third class was on Friday, and I was going to go to Iaido on Fridays. So...
But hey, still
it's still $50.
2 classes a week, and how many hours?
I mean, probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours each class. It's good.
So, 20 hours a week for $50.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Also, the clothes for it, the uniform was just make sure you don't wear shorts. Just wear athletic pants. Wear athletic pants and wear an athletic shirt. Or just no shoulders.
Okay.
And they have sticks, they have practice knives. You go in and they teach you. It was great. They were really wonderful. It was just, I think it was really just me. I think it was me and just not being able to consistently make an effort there.
Yeah.
because my attention. I was going to school. Was I going to school at that point? No,
You were out because I went with you to one class.
Yeah, no, I wasn't in school. We were. I was back from Maryland, dude. Oof. Maryland. When I got back from Maryland,
Dark times.
Oh, dark times. It was just coming back from Maryland, getting readjusted was a trial. But even now, I don't think that I would. I don't think, minus the virus happening, I don't think I could handle juggling two. I would like to think I could handle like a jiu-jitsu class in the mornings. Because I'm getting up.
You're getting up early.
Yeah, so if I could get up at like regularly at 5, go to class, and come back enough time before work, easy. But
I have one last question before we conclude.
Sure.
How have you noticed you've improved? It can be long-term, it can be short-term. How have you improved, or what improvement have you noticed within yourself? You know what, you've kind of been doing this the whole pandemic. So, within the last 5 months, how have you improved in your class?
To be fair, we've only been having class for 3 of the months of the pandemic's been going on. So I haven't been practicing this whole time.
And outside of, I was going to say, I got to cut you some slack because outside of that.
Yeah. Really, what's the biggest thing with me right now is I'm learning a new advanced set. So it's really just getting that in my system, getting that in my mind. That is the one thing of just even remembering what to do in those. That's becoming my biggest area of improvement, is learning that. But sorry. I think that's it right now. What about you?
My footwork's killer now.
Yeah.
Those jump ropes. I haven't been doing them as frequently as I want to do, but
It's keeping you light.
well, the way I focus on it, I don't focus on counting. I just focus on how long can I go. Alright, I missed that one. Alright, now how long can I go this time? Alright, so I missed again. I didn't count that, but that felt longer. Let's go longer than that.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is that my left foot falls faster. Consistently, my left foot falls faster.
Does it catch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always hit the top of my left foot. That's how I know it's falling faster.
Yes.
But in the bout, my footwork is so quick and effective. It's efficient, and I'm able to shut people out just by how I can step.
Okay.
And move and adjust to their blade, because if they morph their blade into like a different guard, I could just change my guard, but it's probably safer to change the line, because they're going to be pointing a certain way as they shift to each guard. Like there's Preem, which points up and down, Segund, which is straight, Tersa, and then Karta. Usually you fence Karta like this. But as they adjust to that, they're going to point to a slightly different spot, and I can adjust to the inside or the outside of their blade, inside being where's their offhand, outside being everything else. When I do it with a step, it shakes people more. They feel pressured. They're like, oh crap, he's coming at me, and he's got that point right in my face.
And those jump ropes are helping you.
I can
do that explosiveness.
I can do it quicker.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm getting better on just step, little step, little step, little step, huge lunge with a thrust.
Good. Awesome. Well, this was Sword Buddies.
Improvements
Thanks
every day.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Ciao.